Alrighty, hey, how you doing? Mr. H here with you. Time to talk about some Turks, along with some other Turks, and quite a few more Turks. Turks all over the place. First Turks we're talking about are ones you heard of, Seljuk. Sometimes you see it spelled with a K. Seljuk Turks. Turks in general come here from Central Asia, maybe a little bit further over near Mongolia. Now, they had been converted to Islam back in the 8th century, 700s, back when the Abbasids were spreading their way in over here. So it became good Sunni Muslims who've been living up there. And somewhere around the year 900 or so, they start moving down here into the lower Middle East. What's the problem with this? People already live here, man. We got Persians over here and Arabs. And their Muslim brethren are not very happy about seeing them. So what do you do when the place gets overcrowded? Hey, same thing the Europeans did. We take these guys and we hurl them at somebody else. Let's send them towards Anatolia and the Byzantines. It becomes somebody else's problem. This is Anatolia right here. Greeks live here on the coastline, so the inside's, pretty much wide open. Doesn't mean the Byzantine Greeks are inviting anybody. It's just, we own that and you can't have it. Well, anyway, everything comes to a head here. Battle of Manzikert. You know about that. Seljuk Turks defeat the Byzantines, and Byzantium is in trouble. They get bent backwards over here, and we kick off the entire saga known as the Crusades. As we were talking about, the Turks all over the place. Seljuk Turks, Middle East around 900. You know about that already. You know they're in Asia Minor / Anatolia. Southern Asia Minor, Karaman Turks. We got Mamluk Turks in Egypt. We got Zendrig Turks headed in Syria, headed towards Egypt, but they can't get there because Mamluk Turks are waiting for them. And of course, coming to a theater near you, the Ottoman Turks. You're going to hear all about these guys, the most successful of all. Seljuk, Karaman, Mamluk, Zengrid, Ottoman. I haven't even talked about the white sheep Turks or the black sheep Turks. Now you guys are going to be confused enough. Moving on. Now our Seljuk Turks, like I said, 900 or so, came down out of Central Asia, had their own little sultanate country over here. Sultan means leader in Turk. They're conquered by Khwarezm in 1194. Does that look familiar? Yeah, the same people who got stupid with the Mongols and got crushed. So the Mongols come smashing through here. They head over towards Baghdad. Abbasid Caliphate, still around since 750. Demand a surrender. Hulagu Khan tells the Abbasid Caliph to surrender. The Caliph says, Allah will protect me. I think Allah took the day off because the Mongols destroyed Baghdad, killed 80,000 people, including the Abbasid Caliph. Allegedly built a pyramid of heads to blot out the sun. Not sure if they pulled that off or not, but these are Mongols, so I'm sure they at least tried. They keep rolling west, of course, towards the Med. Get stopped over here on the present-day Israeli-Lebanese border. Mamluk Turks defeat the Mongols at Goliath Spring or Angelut, whichever one you want to use. You've seen this before. You've seen it again. Now you're wondering who these Mamluk Turk people really are. Mamluk Turks take over Egypt in 1250. Now, your friend Salah ad-Din had destroyed the Fatimid Caliphate and had established the Zengid Abuyid Sultanate in 1174. Oh, he's come and gone. His descendants have been there, and the Turks overthrow them. So the Mamelukes were originally slaves, all right, to other Turks, promoted to, the Ayyubids, elite bodyguards, and they took over the country. 1250, very convenient. So Turks brought as slaves to other Turks, promote elite bodyguards that defend other Turks and take the country over from other Turks. Turks all over the place, man. They're dominating the Middle East. Now, they fight the Mongols to a standstill, Goliath Spring, Angelut. They're going to hang on to Egypt all the way until 1517 when they're defeated by other Turks, the Ottoman Turks. Ottomans have cannons in 1517. These are nice weapons, but they're not very good against cannons. So Turks all over the place, dominating the Middle East all the way until the First World War, 20th century. Now, the Ottoman Empire will be the most successful one. They're the guys that are going to last all the way to the First World War. Starts off in northwest Anatolia or Asia Minor in 1300. Another convenient date. I love it when they start off at an even date like that. Name for their chief, name Osman. Osman, Ottoman, there you have it. Now they fight their way into the Byzantine Europe around 1350s during another one of their screwball civil wars. A Byzantine civil war and a Turkish civil war happening at the same time. Talk about confusing. Well, Ottomans work out pretty well. They're grabbing a couple of cities over on the European side. They're starting to expand. The Ottoman Empire will grow in power through the 1300s, but then a guy named Tamerlane, or Tamerlane, different ways of spelling and saying it, is going to smash through them in the year 1402 at the Battle of Ankara, which was the biggest battle in history at the time. The Turks, Ottoman Turks, will recover. They almost get destroyed, but they do recover, resume going after the Byzantines, and will finally take Constantinople on 29 May 1453. Very sad day. And of course, you know about how they take out the Mamelukes in 1517. So Ottomans are going to be the most successful of all these empires. We'll talk about them in a second, a little bit later on. Let's talk about this Tamerlane. Or you can call him Tamerlane if you like. I kind of like Tamerlane now you think about it. Hey, remember this map? When they split up the Mongol Empire into 4 parts, remember the Ilkhans? They just kind of disappeared in 1330, married all the local girls. Kublai Khan's empire eventually be overthrown in 1368 by the Ming Dynasty. Empire of the Golden Horde will be around fighting the Russians. They'll get split into 3 on their own. This thing here, the Empire of Chagatai, it just kind of sits there in the middle. It's wholly unremarkable. It really doesn't do anything until it spits out this guy, Tamerlane. Tamerlane's part Mongol, claimed to be a descendant of Genghis Khan. Of course, you know how Genghis Khan tried to solve his succession problem, so maybe he is actually related. Found two wives who were related to Genghis Khan. Not hard to figure out when he has 700 descendants right off the bat. And he decides he's going to resurrect the Mongol Empire. That's his idol, Genghis Khan, and he's going to do it. So Tamerlane's kind of a throwback, as much as somebody in the late 1300s can be a throwback. His name was Timur the Lame, became Tamerlane. He caught an arrow in the leg, trying to steal some sheep when he was a kid, and it never actually healed. Anyway, claimed to be related to Genghis Khan, wants to resurrect the Mongol Empire in its entirety, builds his army up the same way. We don't have any nobility, it's only accomplishment. That decides your rank. Extremely bloodthirsty. Even the Mongols wondered if he was playing with a full deck. Had destroyed New Delhi, invaded India, destruction every step of the way, this guy. He was Muslim. He was a Muslim. Rarely fought any Christians because he wasn't near any. Only Christian he ever fought was the Kingdom of Georgia. Very bloodthirsty, very cruel, great patron of the arts. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out too. Very strange. But then again, welcome to history. Deal with human beings, and human beings are never, ever predictable. All right. Timur Shah, Tamerlane, bunch of different words. But we do start off with Samarkand. That's his capital right here in Central Asia, Uzbekistan over here. Secures his rear, and boom, we start exploding to the southwest. Invades India, basically destroys New Delhi, makes it down here to the Persian Gulf, smashing his way through what's going to be Iran one day, Persia there. Here's Georgia, is the one Christian kingdom he ever fought, and then boom, smacks right into the rising power of the Ottoman Turks. Turks in 1402 have Byzantium under siege, looks like it's about to fall, and boom, here comes Tamerlane. He wants to fight with the Turks. 2 biggest guys on the block, and they're ready to rock here, right? Battle of Ankara, 1402, biggest battle in history. Ottoman Turks go head first into Tamerlane, and Tamerlane just grinds them to pieces. Captures the Turkish Sultan. Sultan, Turkish word for leader. Captures Bayezid, the Turkish Sultan. Doesn't execute him, not right off the bat. No, he shoves him in a cage and watches him starve to death. Yeah, this is not a nice man. He's a great patron of the arts, so I guess if somebody's getting donations, they might look past the starve a guy to death in the cage thing. But nonetheless, very cruel guy. He's getting kind of old. He wants to surpass his idol, Genghis Khan. He's planning in 1405 to invade China. Doesn't quite get there. Gonna die, just like the screen. Everything goes black. Alrighty, well, that's it for Central Asia and the Middle East. We're moving southeast towards Asia. Have a great day, everybody.